Hello and welcome to another Golden Gloves chat show. With me is trainer Peter Smith. Peter, welcome. Congratulations. You must still be over the moon on Saturday night with your heavyweight Kevin Lerena making his heavyweight debut and in such sensational fashion against Bogdan Dinu at Empress Palace. Kevin has been a crowd favorite for a long time. People weren't sure if he's going to go places as a cruiserweight, and he proved everybody wrong. He defended that title 7 times. Wasn't a great punch as a cruiserweight. And now he goes into his heavyweight debut and, geez, he can punch. What is the reason behind that? Let me ask you as the trainer that he looked so devastating.
Brian, the whole thing behind our story is, Kevin is cutting down a lot of weight. And, when you're losing so much weight, when you lose the weight, you can't put on too much because it can affect you in the fight, you overload. So it's this controlling of his system. And Kevin starts like training camp. He's cruising around at 105, 104, and he's devastating as he is at 104, 105. And then when you see him start cutting in training, you even see the effects of his energy levels start decreasing because it's dramatic loss. And you're losing, not like he doesn't have body fat to lose as much. It's water cuts that he's breaking down. So when you're losing, he starts breaking down muscle, which is the danger as well. And scientifically, when we work on his nutrition and everything we're doing in the camp, you see the effects and differences in training. And I just say to Kevin, listen, let's just get through the cruiserweights as high and far as we can without scarring your career, and just win as we've been doing. Thank God. And it's like, everything's been going well, and he's very good at being disciplined and doing what he has to do. So I really give him all the credits for the way he conducts himself. And he lives clean, so it makes a big difference. And then when he go, and I said, listen, your time is going to be a heavyweight one of these days, and we've got to make our mind up when. And we just needed to get in his background of boxing because he doesn't have an amateur background. So the more we're spending time together, the better. Because we systematically work on my systems and everything that are the skill levels and all that stuff that we're going through. Now it's become like clockwork. Kevin and I are on the same beat, and that's where the glue is. Once we got that right, everything is just mended so perfectly. So I knew, like, going into heavyweights, it is a different division. The dynamics are big. The punching power is big. The errors need to be small, little errors. And listen, I've seen Kevin grow through his whole career, and I don't see many guys standing with him well, I knew in this country, definitely not. And then going internationally, I saw he's just chipping away towards the big boys in the division. And a lot of questions were asked, why he's not fighting this and why he's not fighting that. Because, there's a road to all these routes. People, you don't just jump from A to B.
There's a process.
Yeah. So we followed the process. And now, he's outdone himself in the cruiserweights in the sense of, there are 1 or 2 big fights there for him. But, they never came at this time. And he can't sit waiting. He's done what he had to do.
Yeah.
And now let him be comfortable where he is. And when I saw the confidence and that glue of everything mending together, the skill set and everything has just come together, I said, let's go. What we've got to lose,
fantastic. You've done a fantastic job. And like you're saying, it's a process. Doesn't matter who says what.
Yeah.
Kevin is going through that process, and he's doing a fantastic job. Thanks to Golden Gloves. Thanks to the trainer, you. I must tell you, I had a long chat with Kevin Lerena, and he gives you a lot of credit. He says you've done a fantastic job with him. Because it's not so easy being a good trainer as well. It's teamwork, and so the viewers understand as well that you need a good trainer to make a good fighter, because you got to get him peaking at the right time. If he's sparring too much, you got to cut him down. If he needs more rest or he needs more sparring, the trainer's got to know how to do it. And you've been an ex-pro heavyweight boxer. You understand the game, and that's what you do. Where you're doing a great job with Kevin.
Thanks.
So from now? Obviously, it's early days. But it's not early days as well, because he's 29 years old and he's been in the fight game. He's had 29 fights. It's time to move now, but he's only had 1 heavyweight fight. Where do you see Kevin going in the next year or two?
You see, Brian, with electrifying start as he has in the heavyweight division, there's a lot of talk going right now. So we want to just pull him, like not pull him back, but we have to watch now, because now, the opportunities are going to be coming in.
There's big fights out there, but is he ready for the big fight?
Correct. And he's barking right around where he needs to be with the big boys. So, first let's get the attention of what we just did now. Let's open the gates into the heavyweight, which you did.
3 or 4 good heavyweight fights
Correct.
behind your back.
And my not my concern, but my thoughts going into this fight is, because I said to Kevin, we worked this together. I said, Kev, you need to lay a statement here. You need to go and show them,
which he did.
I'm here, I've arrived, which he's done.
Yeah.
So he's great to Kevin. He's done unbelievable work. Now we're just sitting with Rodney and chatting away with him. There is so many roads to Rome now,
which is exciting.
And we need to now, which is exciting. It's in our hands now. It's not like we just play accordingly. So it's in our hands. Yeah. We're going to sit back, and I think we're looking at a fight in about the next 3 months or so.
Possibly in the USA.
Yeah, and looking internationally. So USA's looks like a great opportunity for him. Is actually opening doors for us there through Rodney.
And the wonderful thing is that the heavyweight division is pumping at the moment.
It's great.
I mean, it's great. You've got Tyson Fury that's earning billions, and he's created such sensation in boxing. You got Usyk, who beat Joshua, who's a brilliant fighter, undefeated as a heavyweight. And the heavyweight division is really happening.
It's pumping.
Yeah.
And, the attention and obviously, it's business and the money side of it as well. They throw figures at you when you start fighting these big boys. And yes, we are not looking to be a pundit. We are looking to be, obviously, the world champion. Yeah. We want South Africa to know there's the Corey Sanders, there's the Gerrie Coetzee, the Pierre Kutzes, all the heavyweight big boys that have crossed those roads and understand the game.
And the big money will come, obviously.
It'll come.
But it's not about the money, isn't it? It's about the process.
It's
about the right fights at the right time.
Correct.
And Kevin hopefully becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. That would be absolutely amazing.
It's going to be exciting. I think even, the whole country has been on fire. I mean, we've been given so much great respect and love for what was produced on Saturday night.
The interesting thing about the fight game, which you'll know very well, being a fighter, being a trainer, is that if the heavyweight division is doing well worldwide, boxing is doing well.
Unbelievable.
So now, where people were saying a year or two ago, well, they've been saying it forever, but that isn't boxing dying? Boxing is definitely not dying.
No.
The person earning the most money out of any sportsman on the planet
100%.
is a boxer.
100%.
The second best earner is a boxer.
Correct.
So it's not dying, but it's because the heavyweight division is doing so well.
Just think about it this way, Brian. You got YouTubers like Jake Paul going into boxing and making the money they're making through boxing. And challenging MMA and challenging all the sports. And I love all the fight games. I've got I'm one of those guys. I respect and love all the fight games, but it just shows you the power of boxing.
Specifically the heavyweights, isn't it?
It's a gladiatorial game.
The heavyweights is massive.
It's a king of
and we've got Kevin Lerena, who's heavyweight.
It's incredible.
So thank you very much, Pete. Well done on winning that WBA Inter-Continental Heavyweight Title with your charge, Kevin Lerena, at Empress Palace on Saturday night. We look forward to his next big fight in America.
Yep.
And we're going to have a lot of interviews going forward. It's so great for South African boxing.
It's amazing
that we have got a heavyweight now that can fight.
It's electrified. I think, as me as a trainer as well, it's just electrified because it's really as what I wanted to see come out in my environment and obviously in our environment, being in boxing, to see sport where it is, where South African sport is as well. That boxing is like, I think what the movement of Kev is doing is like elevating boxing to another level.
And why must it only be the Americans, the Wilders, and the Furies, the English guys
got so much
that are the world champions? Why can't we be world heavyweight champion as well? We've been there with Gerrie Coetzee, we've been there with Corey Sanders, we've been there with Francois.
We just got to believe it, like the rest of them do. We just sit back. I think
I think we underestimate ourselves, and I think the world sometimes underestimates us. So we got Kevin Lerena, so well done again.
Brian,
excellent.
You.
Speak to you
Appreciate
soon.
It. Thank you.
Peter Smith,
okay.
trainer of Kevin Lerena, the WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion.